Man, you remember in school, we used to talk about the ego, right? And what the ego does, a part of you, what it does in your mind, how it changes your mindsets, right? How many times do you kind of go about your life not realizing that your ego is a huge reason why so many things in your life are the way they are, good or bad, right? You have to realize that in your life, you're going to go over little like bumps, right? And you're going to try to go to the next level. You're going to try to take a step up. But there's times where you feel like, man, I can't get to the next step. You feel almost like locked down, man. You feel like there's something that's holding you back from being able to take that one step. You do everything else you're supposed to, right? You clean off your step, you make your step look nice, you get ready for the next step, you train for the next step. You do everything that you're supposed to do, but you can't get there. Because at the end of the day, your ego is what's holding you back. Recently, I'd had a conversation that really brought up a lot of thought processes, right? A lot of things that I didn't know I was feeling, a lot of things I didn't know I was not understanding. There was a lot of things in my life that I definitely was not really pushing down, but keeping them at a certain level because your ego doesn't want you to get over something. Your ego doesn't want you to accept something. Your ego, man, you can look at it any way you want. Sometimes it could be the demons, the skeletons in your closet. It's your ego, man. It's the one thing in your mind that's trying to keep you from getting out of a comfort zone. And sometimes it'll also leave you down into an uncomfortable area that is not high enough for you to get to, that you just can't get to the next thing to find peace, to find satisfaction in the right way, right? So you think about it, you've done everything you're supposed to do, and you still can't get there. And the conversation I had was trying to understand, well, why can't I take the leap? Why can't I reach that next step? I mean, I've done everything. I've done all the little things, everything that everybody asks you to do, everything, right? Why can't I? The ego. Because at the end of the day, if you accept that something has happened in your life and that thing may have won and beat you in an amount of time, your ego has to accept that. You have to accept that, hey, I got beat. Yeah, I got beat, man. I thought that I would come out on top of everything all the time, every single time on the way. No, man. Listen, you're going to get first place. You're going to finish the race. You're going to do whatever it is you have to do, whether it be in your, personal life, work life. I don't care, right? I don't care. You're going to get there. In that time of getting there, though, it's going to take time. There's times where I may need to take a second place. See, I didn't know that. My whole life, I fought for first. If I didn't get first, I needed more time. I didn't register the idea of second place. For other things in my life, maybe little things like maybe sports, I might have understood that, well, they didn't go the way I thought they were going to go. But at the end of the day, I knew that if you gave me more time, I'm going to figure it out. And that's what I would do. In my academics, in my professional, everything is the same, man. Everything might seem like it's a lot. And it might seem way out of my wheelhouse, something that I didn't even think that I was able to do. But I said to myself, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go after it. There's been things in my personal life, though, that I looked at, I knew I had to do, I knew I had to change, I knew I had to put forth effort into something, right? And you just didn't. You thought you did, because your ego wouldn't let you accept what needed to be done to reach that next level. The acceptance is knowing that you might have to be alone for a while, that you might have to work on yourself. It doesn't matter, man. This isn't even about no love life, no friendships, nothing. This is about life in general. Everything. Because they all fall under the same thing. You might have to take some alone time. Did you need to have alone time in the beginning? No. But because of your ego and because of how you lived your life, it messed your life up bad enough that now you do. You can hate somebody. I know I do. You can hate yourself. I know I have. Because you say, well, why didn't you just do right the first time? Why didn't you just take the right path? Why didn't you accept this for what it is now so that you can have this in the future? Ego. At the end of the day, it all comes down to your ego. When you're at the lowest point, and you know you're at the lowest point, you might give up on it. You might be done. But at the end of the day, it's all ego driving you. Because if you have to sit there and say, all right, I'm at the rock bottom, and I mean I'm at rock bottom. I don't even mean like, hey, give me a hammer and chisel. I'm going to show you rock bottom, right? Because I've done that in my lifetime. Oh, you think I'm at my lowest? No, I'm going to get to my lowest. Not that I meant to do that, but subconsciously I did. It's the ego, right? Because you're telling me one thing, nah. I was confused. I had so much turmoil in the brain. Just was unsure of my thought process. The only thing I've ever been sure about is obviously career that I talk about. I'm a beast at that. Personally, trash, right? Because your ego. So for me, I know that when I hit rock bottom, I had to say, all right, man, you have really two choices, right? You can say, I'm going to ride this out until I can't ride it no more, or I'm just going to get up and I'm going to do what needs to be done. Now, there's a caveat to that, right? So you get up and you start working, you start putting one step in front of the other. You start moving forward. You start getting to what you know is the right path. But there's forks in the road. These forks in the road, you know that, damn, man, like I don't want to take them. I know this path, but this is a shortcut this amount. This gives you less time on this. This might fast track you to this. Buddy, ain't none of those endings the track you're supposed to be on. They might seem like it. They got mirrors all across it that make you look like you're going the right way. But you're not. You're going the wrong way, on the wrong path, with the wrong mindset, because something false and fake in front of you is making you think that's the right way. But it's not. You have one path, you need to make that path. And you get hung up on the path because you're making good steps and you go, I don't understand. Take a look up here. When you accept, and I mean accept, man, because I'm going to tell you, there's times when you may not want to. It might really pull at you a little bit. Hell, you might even cry over it. Doesn't matter. It's there. You feel it. You know what it is. You know it. We all know it. We all know what we have to do to be better. And it's so hard, man. It's so hard to want to be. If anybody tells you that it's easy, it's not. Shit is hard, man. Shit's hard to wake up and do right. It is. God, man, the bad path looks so good. It looks so good until you see the ending. It reads, man, like the worst book you could ever write. It puts all the happy ending in the front. Everything that you think is how it's supposed to be. And as you're reading it, you feel good about yourself. You feel good, right? And you start to get into the depths of things. It gets bad. And instead of believing it, your ego makes you think it's not real. It's not real. How could it be real? Look at what it was like. Look at what it was like. Or what it was like was false, man. I heard this quote, and I'm going to butcher it, but it talked about how at the end of the day, somebody who lives a wretched life, how are they going to always come out on top? How are they always going to seem like, man, they have the life? They have everything that you think you may want, right, by looking at them. Why? And it's because at the end of the day, they said that the devil is going to make your life seem amazing. He's going to make it seem great. You're going to have everything you want right now. everything in front of you right now, everything you've ever wanted right now, you're going to live the best life you ever lived because he don't want you to go nowhere else. God, man, he going to make you suffer a little bit. Because at the end of the day, this is a spiritual experience in a human vessel, right? But at the end of the day, at the end, when the eternal portion comes, that's when you're going to have it right. But while you're here, yeah, man, all the fruits, all the spoils, everything, it's going to look great. Because at the end of the day, man, this life is short, and we ain't just fighting for this. But if you live good here, you might struggle a little bit. But if you live good, you're going to live better after. But you got to let rid of that ego, man. You got to get rid of that stuff and say that I'm ready to make a change. I'm ready to do better. And it ain't going to just be overnight, man, but we going to do it, right? We all going to do it. You have to. Figure it out. One step in front of the other. Steady pressure. Stacking good behaviors. That's what you got to do, man, every day. And just keep after it, man.